Good evening and welcome to the Guy with the Smile. Hey, I hope everybody had a good bit of a break while I was off. Traveling out to San Jose, went to TwitchCon, and let's see. So yeah, went out to TwitchCon, had a good time there, and came back to a absolute metric crap ton of work that had to get done. But I guess that's what happened when you take time off. Give me a second. I'm just getting the game set up to stream, and we will be live momentarily. We will be starting off Call of Cthulhu tonight. Okay, let's see. What do we need here? We need... Okay, there we go. I got that. Okay, we're gonna start off with this in the... And we'll see what we can do. Okay. Okay. And everybody, welcome aboard to Call of Cthulhu. But yeah, we've had a lot of work to do at work, and I think I worked a 16-hour day yesterday. A little shorter today, as I cut a little short to get out here and so that I could get back on the stream, but also so that I could get some rest and get back into a normal schedule tomorrow. But no, we're having a good time, and we're gonna get started here, and let's see what this descent into madness looks like. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. And oh, what a case it will be. course, I expect most of this opening is probably just going to be essentially tutorial. Oh, Enter Madness, I love that. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. Oh, that looks pretty. That does not look like a detective agency office. Nope, that definitely does not look like a detective agency office. Oh, that can't be good. Oh, good, the game saved. Yep, tutorial. Okay, so let's take a quick look around. Can't go back that way, so hopefully there was nothing back there we needed because we couldn't do anything. It just doesn't look natural. I could be wrong, but you know, I've done quite a bit of fishing in my time. Admittedly, I've never caught a shark, but yeah, something just doesn't look right about that. Ooh. I mean, you know, maybe the fishermen just didn't know how to, you know, skin them properly. I don't know. Maybe the fisherman was insane? Do I really want to find out? That doesn't look good either. Can't go that way, it's locked, so... They told me how to crouch those. Haha, I got to the other side of your door. Did I really want to? What do we have? This looks... Let's light up some items in order to interact with... Or is there something there I can interact with that... There it is. Ooh, bolt cutters. Hold on, isn't that the door? Ooh, now somebody's talking to me. Creepy voice. That doesn't look pleasant. That's...
What a putrid offering.
Yeah, that just something. No. This doesn't look good.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Chosen. I think I agree with that. Let's get out of here. At least this one's not locked.
Behold. Everything has already been written. change your destiny.
You don't look right, sir. If you've got a gun, you really shouldn't let somebody get that close. Okay, now this looks like a detective office. Okay, so bad dream.
I hate whiskey.
No. According to the intro screen, you like whiskey.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore that they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while now, their effect has been wearing off. Okay, oh goody, we can look over things. That means we'll have to for some stuff, I'm sure. Okay. Oh goody, I got sleeping pills now.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed.
Okay.
I used to be an avid reader.
Yes, but what did you read? Nothing in there. Nothing on my
The
sleeve.
Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
I don't want to leave you. I don't want to explore.
Married
What do we
woman
have here?
runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. Okay, well, that's...
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Okay. Let's see what
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I should get rid of all this stuff.
Okay, let's see. What do we have around here?
It's been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Oh, I've got my journal. Okay, the Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they're different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Oh, this can't be good. Okay. Okay, so you have skills and you have sanity, and I have mental trauma already. This is not good. I'm already starting the game. I have mental trauma. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part of the... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. The offensive. He was one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and allied artillery fire. Yeah, it's always fun. Friendly fire isn't. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades, without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by those events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Oh. Good. We have a nice, solid foundation to start from then. I don't have any information about the inhabitants of Darkwater yet. Places. The Pierce Investigation Agency. My private detective agency, contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there's no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearance that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of the empty bottles, but this place is mine for the moment. Okay, and I don't have any information about the occult yet. Have no clues. I do have an inventory. I have a lighter. My old lighter that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. 10/7/18. Oh, I have to inspect it. Okay. So, oh, and I have knowledge. I have sleeping pills and a couple of closed cases. Okay, I don't know how much help closed cases are going to be, but no, and the phone's ringing.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
A fire.
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's see, I have 8 CP to spend. I'm the type of person I like to start with a better medical skill. Let's see, I'm an investigator, so I'm gonna go with 2 there and 4 there to get those up to professional. And that's what we're gonna go with, so we'll validate that. Yes, I really want to do that.
Mr. Pierce. Our files will still be up to date.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
On a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Oh, so you want me to take more cases?
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth nothing in your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
I'm coming.
Okay, who's this old guy?
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem. And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
What? I haven't had a drink.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Okay, so there's at least 2
Do you know
glasses
to
of
whom
whiskey
you
laying around.
speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah,
Certainly
my
looked the
little
part.
girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
Died
I
in a
can't
fire.
do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She
Do
would
you know?
never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof,
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Well, just from looking at it from here, it looks creepy. And
What am I
not too much
supposed to
different than
find?
the dream I just
Tell
had.
me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at the picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay, no, let's start there.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping labels, some of it unreadable, but what I can make out says Warehouse 36 Dark Water. Police report says the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? And an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the Isle of Darkwater. They live a reclusive life with they live a reclusive life there with their only son Simon. That's not a lot to start with, but we've got a warehouse, so that's at least a place. Okay. Let's take a look at this.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce.
Sorry,
you must
folks,
find
just
out
noticed
the
that my
truth
monitor
about
was
her
blocking
life
part of my camera.
and death.
Okay.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's
Say,
right.
we have to
It came with
investigate. We're a
Sarah's last
detective after
painting.
all.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Yes, but are you gonna like what I find?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the
Well,
secret
that's where the
regarding my daughter,
warehouse
Mr.
is.
Pierce. You must uncover it.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
Didn't I do this already?
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out.
Yeah, I already
Go
did
to
this. Why wasn't it
Darkwater.
grayed out?
Find Warehouse 36.
Okay,
I think
that's all
I'm
there is
beginning
here.
to understand.
I'm willing to
I'm
do
not.
anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death,
Or
Correct.
right after.
And the rumors about her supposed folly.
which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You will be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater
Okay.
and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Yeah,
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Okay. Dark Order. Okay, let's see, I got a few more. The deceased Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity on Darkwater, the heir of a shipowner family. He used to travel a lot. He met Sarah on a trip to Paris. They fell in love, got married. Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater, where they had a child named Simon and lived a very secretive life. The lovely Sarah Hawkins, painting known for her tortured artistic universe. Yeah, you could call that painting tortured. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. It seemed to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." If that's what your dreams whisper to you, I worry about you. Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society colonists. A wealthy Boston heiress known for her party going. Wait, I thought she didn't go out in public that much. Chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of the newspaper and nobody heard more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continues to seek the truth. And Simon Hawkins, aged 11, deceased. Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, he died in the fire that claimed his whole family. And we have a painting that I can't. Okay, intuitive and visionary artist for some, overpriced imposter for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. The mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are a testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins a portal open to other dimensions. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Okay. So our clues are the files that we've already looked at and the painting that we've already looked at. Okay, nothing new there. Okay. Now let's see, a book.
I used to be an avid reader.
Appear to be there. Doesn't seem to be there. The Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. The first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. Details symptoms and suitable treatments. Ooh, medicine progression. I think I've already looked in there.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston, but I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century, but it seems to have been shunned since then.
Probably a reason for that. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts. Okay.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
What's wrong with this class? Nah. I need to leave for Darkwater. I don't need to have a drink. Okay. Let's see if there was anything else in the journal. It would seem the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. A small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, with only one outlet to the sea. It's mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institute. Oh, lovely. Medical Institute. Why does that scream asylum? Okay. Well, let's head to Darkwater, folks. See anything here that seems to have been... Okay, let's go to Darkwater. Chapter 2, The Darkwater Port. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. This place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. I don't know why I'm having such trouble with his name tonight. Taking longer to load than I would have expected. Enter Madness. Opening credits. Focus Home Interactive presents Looked to me like that was already lit before you. A game by Cyanide Studio. Shouldn't smoke those, they're bad for you. Probably not filtered either.
We're almost there.
Creepy old sailor. Shipwrecks on the coast. Call of Cthulhu. Okay. Skyla. Why do I not trust an island surrounded by wrecked ships? Good job stopping this thing.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Your town looks like it's
young
falling
woman,
apart.
And a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look
Okay.
around the docks.
see what there is to see. Who there is to talk to. Hey, that's not how the boat was parked. Okay, I guess you don't want to go back on the boat. Okay. Can't go that way, so I gotta go this way. Yeah, it's the Harbor Master's office, so that's where I go talk to him. Don't want to do that yet. What's going on over here?
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know. Or you'll pay for it for sure.
Well,
Okay, that's
well, it's
enough.
not a fish, it's a
Get
whale.
back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh, yeah?
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done
No
this?
sharks big enough to have done that in any case.
That beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand.
Can't talk to you, so...
Get it. Nobody listens to us anyway. That's no way to treat an omen.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Okay, so...
There's something coming.
nothing to be had there. No, nothing more to be had there. Okay, what's going on down here?
Nothing for you here either. Pretext.
You can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got in his blood.
Okay. Nope, what's this?
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Okay. Yeah, these guys don't seem to take kindly to that. Okay. Nobody to talk to here. Nobody to go that way, so let's go in and see what there is. Don't like you.
Hey, be careful.
And who are you?
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner. I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try me.
We'll see.
Actually,
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well.
This will affect your destiny. Okay.
The Stranded Whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Yeah, I can tell.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings.
Okay, I will.
Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Torture?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
The way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Okay.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night.
Oh, that can't be good.
Screams, that sort of thing.
Oh, screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
She. Nope, I got
That'll be
everything I
all
need.
for now.
I just want to look around, see what there is to see. What's this?
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
You know, really just don't like prohibition around here.
You have no right to treat us like this. And the doctor, what did he think? He laughed. My God.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Skyla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Skyla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the whale that is already being called the Miraculous Catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the sides of the ship. The surviving sailors told of a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutrition and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him for your favorite newspaper and visit him on the docks. A special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate. That seems ominous. Particularly if that was 80 years ago.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Oh boy. Pure knowledge. Pure knowledge is a dangerous thing.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
Yeah.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's
Drunk
a reminder
sirens.
of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our
what'd you know?
grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
It's...
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yeah. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
One of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
Okay.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Spooky Town is spooky.
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is predominantly men.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
Okay. I didn't realize I was stopping you from drinking. Okay, can't go that way. Okay, let's... And, yeah. Given that those are asylum markers, I was right. Asylum. Okay, well, let's go talk to Fitzroy. I don't seem to be able to go anywhere else at the moment. Let's see if there's anything over here. And check this out. What's the green vapors? Seems wrong about that.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
What are those green vapors? What do they burn around here that causes green vapors?
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Just a bathroom. Okay, the candle looks fairly normal.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 7 years. A Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
I'm not gonna talk to you yet, Captain. Say the bell's broken.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. On a stained piece of paper. Okay. Well. I'm not ready to talk to you yet, Captain. I'm still looking around. Well, that doesn't look good. Your filing system leaves a little to be desired, Captain. What do we have over here? Learning of Medicine, Volume 2. Second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. Yay, medical progression. Yay, a map. Lots of books that I can't interact with. A ladder I can't interact with. What's upstairs? Since you'll let me go upstairs over here. I mean, other than one of these green vapor candles.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg.
What a macabre souvenir.
What? It's just a wooden leg. Okay, nothing else up here. Let's go talk to the good captain. Excuse me, Captain? Oh, okay, I guess you want me to be in front of him.
I brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Then why'd you make a big point of asking me to come up here just so you could show them to me?
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins.
Only a few dates are legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information hidden? Probably lots of people. Depending on what it is. Okay. Okay, well, let's go talk to the captain.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights of the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell, Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why.
Well,
I don't
you're
remember
the
having
primary
countersigned
suspect.
anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. You know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Okay.
Understood.
Well,
You
we know
know
where it
who
is
the
now.
building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
That's the truth.
I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come, come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused
You
those
haven't done it
wounds
yet, you
is
can
no
stop
longer in
them.
these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Yeah.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah,
on the boat,
yes,
but-
I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I already did. It was kind of up there with the photograph.
I found a threatening letter signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor.
I suspect
It's
I had to
displayed
have
on
that
the wall of
unlocked.
the stranded whale.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Okay, game say. Ooh, I gained a character point. Okay, so progression of these is through objects discovered in the environment. Okay. Okay, well, he's gonna need some more psychology. Okay. Nothing new. No new insanities. Okay, we do pick up the information on Roy Mitchell. Picked up information on the port and on the stranded whale. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go here. I even saw what looks to be a truce between bootleggers and sailors. The miraculous catch is an occult clue, or is an occult, oh yeah, captain. He has offered to help me in my investigation, which in and of itself is somewhat suspicious. Clues for chapter 2 is the miraculous catch article, the article from Cat, or the note from Cat, the picture of the captain's father, and the blanked out manifests. Okay. And my only inventory is still... Oh, but I picked up more knowledge. And... Okay. Well, since the game just saved, and it's getting late, and I have to go to work in the morning, and I need to write because it is National Novel Writing Month, and I am undertaking the challenge to write a novel in 30 days, so I need to get a little bit of writing done before I go to sleep. Thank you for joining me. Hope you all had a good time as we start this. Oh, look, things are breaking up. I can explore more areas of the town now. As we begin our descent into madness with Call of Cthulhu, we will continue this tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll get a chance to get some more into it as we explore more of the town of Darkwater, of a mysterious on this mysterious island off the coast of Boston. In the meantime, stay positive and keep smiling, and we'll see you next time on The Guy with a Smile.